So when you think of Will Smith, what do you think of? Like for me, I think of like something like iRobot or The Wild Wild West. Those are one of his famous movies. Actually, one of my favorite movies because of the infamous slap of 2020.
My wife's name out your mouth.
He's actually known for that now. He's also known for his wife publicly coming out and just telling everybody that she's cheated on him right in front of his face.
You need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
And everybody just got the live reaction of his thoughts. So honestly, Will Smith is just a tragic story. You know, you would think of this guy as this really strong man who does a lot of movies and have done a lot in his life, which he has. He's moved up from the bottom. His life is pretty much ruined by this woman that he's with. Anybody who sees this knows that she's just a bad wife and he needs to like leave her. I don't understand why he won't leave her, guys. So Will Smith was at the BET Awards and he came out with a new single called You Can Make It, with Chandler Moore and Kirk Franklin and the Sunday Service Choir. So this was kind of just a reveal that you know, Will Smith is gonna be Christian now. Here's a little clip of it.
Walking through the valley of the shadow of death, when you think you got nothing left, keep going.
So that song, he came out with that at the BET Awards. Actually, nobody knew he was gonna be there, so he just came unexpectedly. This would be a good time, you know, for him to come out as Christian in a big way, right? Obviously, as we learned from the past, especially with the recent Kanye West, we can't just trust what everybody says. So Will Smith just came out with a single a couple days ago, 2 days ago to be exact. So obviously, when you hear the song, immediately you hear it's not a Christian song. It's not. You know, obviously there's cursing in it because it's not a Christian song. Christian songs don't have curse words in it. I don't care how middle you are with that. There should be no curse words in gospel songs. I just don't believe that. If you do, you know, that's whatever. But a Christian standard, no cussing. So this particular part that I wanted to show.
I am Musa, I am Jesus, I am Judas, I am the judge, I am the victim, I'm in the Torah, and the Quran, and in the Bible, I am a shepherd.
So that particular part, hopefully I can show most of it on YouTube. If not, then you'll see it cut out, just the highlights of that. So when you hear people say, I am this, I am that, I am one with the world, that's pantheism. Pantheism is a religion that you believe that pretty much everything in the universe is one. Like we're one with we're on the same level as everything. Like a human could be on the same level as like a snail or something, or an animal, which is absolutely crazy. You know, when you look at this guy's lyrics, like as you can see right here, it says I am, and that's one of the big red flags for any Christian song. If the artist is referring to themselves like the whole song, they're not Christian. Christianity is actually the complete opposite of yourself. It's for Jesus did for us on the cross. So I had the pleasure to even type it into Google. How many times does the Bible talk about saying that God referenced himself as I am? And it says 1,028 times. You see a lot of I ams in the Bible, and when you look at most of them, if not all of them, it's gonna be God's referring to himself. That's why Jesus died on the cross for our sins, because he was telling the Jews that I am, and that to the Jews, that means I'm God. So and even 7 times in the Bible, he refers to himself as I am. I am the Alpha, the Omega. An understanding of like Jews looking at that and saying, you're saying you're God. That's blasphemy. You should be put down for that. Fortunately, they couldn't keep him down because he rose again 3 days later. Amen to that. People, when they're desperate, when they're not liked, they always go the Christian route, which is very unfortunate, especially for me as a Christian, how people can just take Jesus as a dollar sign and go cash it into the Christian bank. I'm pretty sure a lot of Christians will somewhat believe it. Maybe from the last Kanye attempt to try to get Christians to lure them into believing that he was Christian. Christians remember that. I surely remember that. I don't think that somebody like Will Smith can just come to God. Anybody can, but there's steps like he didn't denounce his wife. He's still with his wife that cheats on him all the time. And he has 2 trans kids. If he came out and denounced all that and started walking another path, you know, I would probably give him the benefit of the doubt. But even with Kanye West, he was denying all that. You know, unfortunately, the Christian faith, when it comes to Christians, you know, we're really weak nowadays, especially because of like capitalism in the West. which is understandable because we don't really have to put up a fight because we have the freedom to express our religion. As we can see since 2020, that's been under attack by the government. You know, these people who get desperate, they look at Christians as free money bags. I'm just going to say I'm Christian, make a couple songs about Christianity. And I remember Snoop Dogg tried doing this thing too with the church. I just remember like all the Christian rappers that were coming out the last 10 years, you know, making Christian music. You know, Lecrae obviously is one of the biggest ones because he was actually the one that made it to mainstream and was actually known by other bigger rappers, and that hasn't happened ever. But unfortunately, when Lecrae was held under the fire, he caved in and said, you know, hey, don't even call me Christian.
People label you a Christian rapper.
They do.
You're okay with that?
I mean, you know, they label Chance a Christian rapper.
True.
People gonna say what they gonna say. End of the day, it's good music, it's good lyrics. You can find whatever you looking for inside of it. I don't call myself that. I don't go by any of those, like, you know, genre titles or whatever.
You're a musician.
I think he repented from that and he's trying to go back into that, but it's too late, man. Like, you know, God gave you a chance to rise up, to be known and seen, and then you biffed it, you failed. Same with Lauren Daigle. Like, she was a big artist too. She got into the mainstream. She was on the Ellen show, and then when the fan base criticized them, they turned around and called us, you know, religious and we're not like Jesus because they denied Jesus in front of everybody. So I guess we're not Christian or something. We're just religious people. And I give a big shout out to John Cooper from Skillet because he actually does mix together with worldly artists, but he doesn't conform to them. He's always preaching the gospel. I remember he came to town, the Hard Rock Cafe. I went to it. It was last year. They had a concert and they had it with Saint Ananosa. You know, that's Adam Gontier from 3 Days Grace. He has his own band now. And Theory of a Dead Man, and they're not Christian whatsoever, but he goes on tour with them. And every concert, he'll preach the gospel. You know, his theology in that is, if I can go out there and reach out to people in the world with the gospel, and I have to go with worldly people, and as long as I'm not conforming with it, and I'm sticking with what the truth is, that's all that matters, and that's true. That's 100% true. So I don't want to go off on a tangent about Christian artists and stuff. I'm just using them as an example because it's just like we look weak, and then when you have somebody like Will Smith come by and say, hey, I'm irrelevant, let me just make a quick buck off of these stupid Christians so I can make some money off of them. You know, if you're a Christian and you were thinking about Will Smith, like, oh, maybe we should give him a chance, I don't think so. I don't buy it, guys. We got to be a little bit more stern when it comes to people trying to come into our circles. But I think that a lot of Christians nowadays kind of see the truth, how people come out as Christian, and they're not. They're 100% not. It's just crazy because you could say Jesus Christ is Lord and say all this stuff, but then your music doesn't reflect that. That's how you know. It just sucks that people are like that, man. They just take advantage of the Christian community. I hope that, you know, the Christian community stands up strong and says, no, you're not Christian. We don't want your music here. Just be a rapper if that's the case. If you can't just use our Jesus's name and make rap, just regular rap music. You can't do that. And obviously, I try to live by don't separate the artist from the art, but it's really hard with Will Smith, guys. Like, his life is just such a tragedy. It's so sad how he was once a respected actor. I'm surprised he's on Bad Boys 3. That movie recently came out. I don't even think it did good. I think I would be excited to see it because of the first and second one, but the Will Smith from the first and second one is like completely different than the third one. So, but anyway, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that, you know, Will Smith is a hardcore Christian now? Is he gonna start going to church, or is he just trying to make a quick buck off of some gullible Christians? Unfortunately, you know, leave your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.